Welcome back, everybody. Time for us to go behind the headlines. And there was a great study got forwarded to me today by Paul Armentano at Normal, and among a few other people that brought it to my attention. This is a study that says that state medical marijuana laws do not lead to more teen pot use. According to a new study published in the American Journal of Public Health, researchers at the University of Florida College of Medicine in Gainesville have determined that the enactment of state medical marijuana laws does not lead to an increase in teen marijuana use. Now, personally, one of the things I love about this story is it's from the University of Florida, home of Kevin Sabet and his whole Project Sam and his whole Drug Policy Institute. So researchers at his own university are contradicting some of his scare lines. Love it. Anyway, the researchers used data from 2003 through 2011. They compiled it from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey for the states of Montana, Rhode Island, Michigan, and Delaware. Now, in their conclusions, the researchers wrote this, quote, "Our results suggest that in the states assessed here, medical marijuana laws have not measurably affected adolescent marijuana use in the first few years after their enactment. Longer-term results after medical marijuana laws are more fully implemented might be different," end quote. All right, so I can already hear Kevin Sabet, and what his response to this would be. And I think he would probably say, well, it's only 4 of the states, Montana, Rhode Island, Michigan, and Delaware. And you're not counting like Colorado and California that have these massive dispensary operations. And we're only talking about short term, not long term. What happens after they've been around for a long time? But the problem for Kevin and all the rehab industry shills out there is that there are other studies, and this is just confirming what we've already found out. It confirms the results of a study that was done in 2012. The German Institute for the Study of Labor published some work by university researchers at Montana State University, University of Oregon, and the University of Colorado at Denver. This study was entitled Medical Marijuana Laws and Teen Use. The researchers, Anderson, Hansen, and Rees, examined the same youth risk behavior survey, but instead of the 2003 to 2011 that the latest study is going over, this one went over 1993 through 2009. Now, 1993, that's important because now we've got some data pre-medical marijuana, right? 1996 is when California first passed medical marijuana, being the first state, right? So we got some before and after shots, so to speak. And in their research, they covered what were then the 13 medical marijuana states, and this was their conclusion, quote, "Our results are not consistent with the hypothesis that the legalization of medical marijuana caused an increase in the use of marijuana and other substances among high school students," end quote. Not only did medical marijuana laws not cause kids to use more marijuana, didn't increase the use of other substances as well. So much for that gateway drug theory, right? And Marijuana Policy Project in 2011, they updated their study, which was entitled Marijuana Use by Young People, the Impact of State Medical Marijuana Laws. It was written by Karen O'Keefe and our own Dr. Mitch Earlywine, and they made the following conclusions. In California, which has the longest term, most detailed available data shows an overall decrease in teen marijuana use. In Washington State, which passed its law in 1998, 6th and 8th graders' current and lifetime marijuana use has dropped significantly. Data from Oregon, whose law passed in 1998, suggest modest declines in marijuana use among the 2 grades surveyed. Data from Alaska, which passed its law in 1998, show a moderate decrease in high schoolers' current marijuana use and a slight decrease in their lifetime use. In Maine, which passed its law in 1999, available data on teen marijuana use suggest usage has decreased or stayed the same for every age group. In Hawaii and Nevada, which both passed laws in 2000, high schoolers' current and lifetime marijuana use has decreased since the enactment of state laws. Colorado, which also passed its law in 2000, is the only state without an in-depth statewide survey, but the limited data available suggest a modest decrease in Colorado teens' marijuana usage. Data from Vermont, which passed its law in 2004, indicate a modest decline in teens' current marijuana use, as well as declines at all surveyed individual grade levels. Data from Montana suggest a small decline in high schoolers' lifetime marijuana use since the 2004 passage of the state's medical marijuana law, and no change in their current marijuana use. In Rhode Island, which passed its law in January 2006, lifetime youth marijuana use has decreased slightly since the law passed, though current use has increased slightly. New Mexico, which enacted a medical marijuana law in April 2007, shows slight increases in current teen marijuana use rates, which coincide with increases at the national level over the same time period. In Michigan, which passed its law in November 2008, the data show mixed results, with use rates, both current and lifetime, down in 9th and 10th grades, but up in the 11th and 12th grades, and nationwide, teenage marijuana use has decreased in the more than 14 years since California enacted the country's first effective medical marijuana law. So there you have it. We have retired that talking point. That scare tactic is done. Medical marijuana laws do not cause more kids to smoke pot, but 420 causes me to.